this gift, the gift to see, whether you are seeing in real life, that's seeing with your two eyes, or in your dreams. We are going to be talking about that gift, a very special gift to save mankind, the gift to see. So the reason why I want us to talk about this gift is because somebody chatted me up on my YouTube channel, a man, and he asked me that he wants to see and that I should tell him what to do so that he will start seeing in the spiritual. And so when I told him that you can only get that gift naturally from God, or there is another way that you can get it, and that way is through prayers. But this man refused. He told me that we humans are gods. That was the exact word he used, that we humans are gods, that we can see whatever we want to see. And I replied him and I said, since you are a god, why did you ask a human to tell you what to do to see? If you know that you are a god, you should have the power to see. You don't have to ask a human to teach you what to do so that you will see. You see, these statements that we are gods, a lot of people are misusing it. A lot of people are actually deceiving themselves with this statement that we are gods. If you are a god, you won't be suffering. If you are a god, you won't be passing through pains. If you are a god, you will never die, because gods do not die. Even the deities, the evil spirits, sometimes they just fizzle away, sometimes they show up. They don't, sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. They are not humans. They can't die and you bury them the way we bury human beings. So if you are a god, you are not supposed to die. If you are a god, you are supposed to live eternal. If you are a god, you are supposed to have the power to see, the power to do everything that you can do. So we are not gods. We are not gods. We are humans, but blessed with spiritual powers. So let us not deceive ourselves. And this was the reply the man gave me, that we are gods, and that if he wants to see, that he can see, but he came to ask me to tell him what to do to see. So, talking about this gift to see, I know the reason why everybody is clamoring for that gift. Everybody wants to have the gift to see. Everybody. And the reason is this: if you have that gift, you'll be the center of attraction. Everybody will want you. Everybody will want to come to you. Everybody will want to be your friend. Everybody will want to stay around you so that you see a lot of things for them. You know, people always love where they will go and they will be told that, people will see for them about their future, their present, their past. Yes, I know it's good, but sometimes that is not the ultimate. And that's the reason why everybody is praying to have this gift to see. Now, the gift to see is a natural gift. It's a natural gift from God. If you have that gift, that means you have it from the time your mother gave birth to you. But the only thing is that some people realize their own when they get older. Some people realize that theirs from childhood. But if you actually want to see spiritually, if you actually want to see, that is for you to see everything that is happening, there is still another legitimate way, another genuine way. And that way is through prayers. It is through prayers. When you pray and you mean your prayers, and you pray with your whole heart, if it pleases God, He will open your eyes to see. He will open your eyes to see. And you will see everything that you want. So the gift to see is either given to you naturally or you acquire it through prayers. I know there are so many other ways that people do open their spiritual eyes to see. That is, there are a lot of people that will tell you to apply certain things inside your eyes, and then you will say, I don't know about that, but that is what people are saying. Some people will say that you apply, is it the dog physics or whatsoever, into your eyes and your eyes will open. And some people will tell you to use coconut water to wash your face 7 times and your eyes will open. This one is a big fat lie. It doesn't happen. If you like, wash your face with coconut water from January to December, your spiritual eyes will never open. If it works that way, everybody will open his or her spiritual eyes to see. Some people will tell you to use rainwater gotten directly from the sky that didn't touch anything, that you should use it to wash your spiritual eyes and your eyes will open. It's a big fat lie. It doesn't work that way, because if it works that way, you yourself will perform it and your eyes will open. It doesn't work the way. Some people will tell you to add coconut water into your bathing water, use it to wash your face in the middle of the night, do it for 7 days, do it for 14 days, and your spiritual eyes will open. It's a big fat lie. Your eyes will not open. Your spiritual eyes will not open. It's either you have this gift from your mother's womb, or you acquire it through your lifestyle, and that is your prayer lifestyle. You will have to be very prayerful for your spiritual eyes to open. And the reason why people want their spiritual eyes open most of the times is not actually for them to make use of it to serve God, to work for God, to save humanity. Some people clamor for this so that they will brag with it and nothing more. They will brag with it. They will make sure that everybody notices that they have this gift. Sometimes we see people like this. Yes, they have this gift, but most of the time they don't actually make use of it. They just want to show to people that they can see. And for those people who actually use diabolical powers to open their spiritual eyes, there is always a difference. If you have the gift to see naturally from God, when God shows you the problem, He's going to show you the solution. That is how the gift to see works. When He shows you the problem, He's going to show you the solution. But for all these people that opens their eyes through diabolical ways, when your eyes is open, you will see the problem, but you are not going to you are not going to see the solution. When you see the problem, you are not going to see the solution. That is how it works. They will tell you what that problem is, but they cannot tell you the solution at all. So the best thing is for you to focus on God. Focus on prayer. Make sure you are very prayerful if you actually want your spiritual eyes to open. Make sure you are very prayerful. And again, people wanting to have this gift, the gift to see. I have said this time without number. It's not about you telling people their problems, you telling them the solution, you telling them their past, their present, their future. It's not all about that. People who have this gift, when they tell you what they see, whether you are seeing with your 2 eyes or you are seeing in the dream, they are all the gifts to see. When they tell you other things attached to this gift, you will thank God for not having this gift. It is never an easy task at all. Having the gift to see is not something sweet. It's not sweet at all. If you ask those people who have this gift, whether you are seeing naturally or you are seeing in the dreams, you want to see only the past, the present, and the future of people, their problems and solutions to their problems, and all whatnot. It doesn't end there. There are times when you will be on your own, you want to relax. You are not doing anything, you just want to rest your body. And the next thing you will see is a demon or an evil spirit appear to you. Definitely you must see this, and you are going to be seeing it from time to time. It doesn't matter how prayerful you are this time around. It has nothing to do with being prayerful. As a matter of fact, the more prayerful you are, the more you are going to be seeing these demons, because their mission is always to come and fight you. That is their mission, to always fight you. You are going to be seeing them from time to time. From time to time. They will be coming to tempt you. They will be coming to fight you. they'll be coming to threaten you. But if you have this gift naturally, if God has given you this gift naturally, he will give you the courage to withstand whatsoever you are going to see. He will give you that courage to withstand anything, no matter what that thing is, no matter how big, how mighty, how large that problem is, that situation is. He will give you the courage to withstand them. And another thing again, if you have this gift to see naturally from God, you are not just seeing only angels. I have said this before. The gift is not meant for you to see only the angels of God. You don't expect only the angels of God to be visiting you every now and then. No. You are going to be seeing all those gods and goddesses, powers. You are going to be seeing them. And let me tell you how it works. Because I know that whenever we mention these gods and goddesses and every other spirit, a lot of people will start, saying Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire, Holy Ghost fire. You are going to be seeing even your ancestors. Tell me that you have a spiritual gift to see and that you have never seen your ancestor, or that you have never seen any of these gods or goddesses. And I will tell you that you didn't get that gift naturally from God. Because if God gives you this gift naturally, the moment your gift starts manifesting, these beings that I just mentioned are not humans. They are spirits. They already know those who are gifted spiritually. They actually want to make use of that your gift. They actually want you to use that your gift in order to help them or to serve them or to work with them. Some of them will come to work for you. Some of them will come to collaborate with you, to work with you. They know those who have these gifts naturally, and they will be visiting those people. If you have these gifts naturally, from time to time you will be seeing your ancestors. Yes, from time to time you will be seeing your ancestors. When I mean your ancestors, I mean those who have gone before you way back. Way back. You will be seeing them from time to time. If they have any message, they will deliver. The problem now is, will you deliver the message to the living for them? Sometimes you will see these gods and goddesses the way they are, because they are spirits. They are not human. They actually want you. They want that your power. Because these gods and goddesses, these spirits, will not appear to anybody who is not spiritually gifted. You don't have anything to offer, and so they will not come to you. You are just like an empty, an empty room. That's what you are. They actually want that power in you, and that is why they will always come to you to make use of that your power. Some of them will want to possess you so that they will walk through you. Some of them will ask you to accept them so that they will work for you or they will work with you. And that is how it works. Now, it all depends on you, and that is where we have so many spiritualists, so many native doctors, so many men and women of God. Some of these people will actually accept to work with these spirits. Yes, and that is where you will see somebody who is a native doctor, but he has a shrine and he's actually working for this river. He's actually working with this river. He's actually collaborating with these spirits, and they are working hand in hand. It is a thing of choice this time around. But as long as you have that gift, all these beings must be visiting you from time to time. It is a must. It is left for you to know if you actually want them to work with you, or to work for you, or for you to work for them. If you don't want them, you open your mouth and say it. The moment you say it, they will no longer come to you. They will no longer come to you. But some of us actually want to work with them. Some of us actually wants to collaborate with them. If you tell me that you have a spiritual gift and you have never, for once, seen any of these beings that I just mentioned, I will tell you that your gift is not directly from God. I will tell you that you are those people that actually went to learn on how to get this gift. Because if this gift is directly from God, God is going to show you a lot of things that ordinary human beings cannot see. He's going to reveal so many cases to you. It's just like some years ago when my sister went in for a surgery, and the surgery turned out to be a matter of life and death. You know, the doctors were battling for her life and everything, and so I was on call with her. I was on call with almost everybody there, speaking with them, asking how she was, this and that. And it got to a point that I couldn't take it any longer, because the information reaching me was that her pulse were dropping. Sometimes they won't feel the pulse anymore. Sometimes they'll feel it, this and that. I had to go into prayers. I went into prayers from 9 p.m. at night till 5 a.m. in the morning, non-stop. I didn't take a break for a second. I prayed from 9 p.m. till 5 a.m. in the morning. And at midnight, while I was praying, it pleased God to open my eyes. And He showed me what was actually causing the pulse from dropping. He showed me what was causing the pulse from dropping. And I saw a man putting on a silky purple robe. A silky purple robe, and he was cooking something with a native pot and firewood. And as he was turning whatever he was cooking, he was chanting incantations, and he was pouring in blood into that pot. And after some time, the man will monitor my sister from wherever he is to the hospital where my sister was. He will be monitoring her, checking. Whenever her pulse comes up, the man will turn whatever it is, and her pulse will drop again. And God opened my eyes, and I saw everything. And I asked the question, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And He asked me to continue with the prayer until He asked me to stop. And so I continued with that prayer. And that was why the prayer lasted till 5 a.m. in the morning. And before that 5 a.m., He told me to start praising Him. No longer praying this time around, to start praising Him. And I started praising Him. And the next thing, I received the call after 5 a.m. that her pulse was then stable. It wasn't dropping anymore. It was stable. And as if that wasn't enough, another case rose. She couldn't urinate on her own. She couldn't pass out physics on her own. They had to put in a tube and whatsoever, and the tube was just bringing out green, dirty water from her tummy. And the doctors couldn't tell what the problem was. And so I went into prayers again for hours. And I begged God to tell me what the problem is, because the doctors were saying that she will have to go into surgery a second time in a week, that she will have to go back to the theater again so that they will operate on her and find out what the problem was. And God actually showed me my sister's stomach. And I saw something just like a little dot, a button, and that button blocked the channel where she's supposed to be urinating and passing out feces, and that she needs to go for that operation so that dot will be removed. And I asked Him, will she survive? Because we are talking about having 2 surgeries under 1 week. I asked Him, will she survive? He told me yes, that she's going to survive. And so I called the rest and I told them that I want everybody to go into prayers while I pray, and allow her to go in for that surgery. She went in for that surgery, and it was a matter of life and death, because she nearly passed away. But God, being the merciful God, brought her back to life, and she's still alive up to this moment. So when you are telling me that you want your spiritual eyes to open, your spiritual eyes cannot open just by mere morning prayer and night prayer. It's not by that. If you actually want to know what is happening around you, it doesn't matter whether you are gifted or not. Your prayers, your faith in God, and your steadfastness will show you everything. God will open your eyes and you see it. Otherwise, it is a gift, a natural gift from God. That is why you see little children, as early as 4 years, 5 years, the moment they start talking, they'll be telling you certain strange things that you cannot see, that you haven't even seen or haven't even heard. These are the children that are gifted. It is left for the adults to guide them, so that their gifts will manifest. But for someone to say that God created you as a God, and that because you are gods, you have the power to see. Yes, you are right. You have the power to see, but you make it work. You make it work. It's either you have it naturally, or you pray your way out and God will open your eyes. Either of these two ways. Otherwise, being a God is useless for you. Because if you are a God, you are going to do things like a God. You will not consult any human. God doesn't consult human. God Almighty himself doesn't consult human. He does his things his way. Even these demons, they don't consult human. That is why they go out of their way to attack human. So if you are any of them, you don't need the help of any human being. You do whatever you like. Now, there is somebody that asked me this question, that if you have the gift to see, that people always say that you'll be seeing the dead. And the person said, is it true? And I said, yes. He said, no, that is not true, because there is nothing like ghosts, that ghosts do not exist. Ghosts do not exist when it comes to people with just a normal lifestyle. That is, I call them the normal human beings. To the normal human beings, ghosts do not exist. There is nothing like ghosts, because you do not have that eyes to see. You don't have that spiritual eyes to see. And so you cannot see the ghosts. And because you don't see ghosts, doesn't mean that ghosts do not exist. They exist. Ghosts exist. That you don't see them doesn't mean that they don't exist. Yes, we always read in the Bible, during the transfiguration of Jesus, Moses and Elijah appeared. And we always read it and we pass away like it's normal thing. Moses and Elijah just appeared. Maybe to us, as at that time, they were still alive, forgetting that these two men died many years ago before Jesus was born. These two men, till date, nobody knows where Moses was buried. Elijah himself was taken up in heaven. And so you cannot tell me that these two men were human beings when they appeared with Jesus during his transfiguration. But then, Peter, James, and John, having the spiritual eyes to see, saw these two men with Jesus. But whenever we read this story in the Bible, we just read and pass. We don't read meaning into whatever we are reading. And that is why people still argue that ghosts do not exist. If you are just a normal human being, of course it can never exist with you. You can never see them. They won't even come to you, because you have nothing to offer for them. They appear to those people that they want to talk to those people that they want to use as their channel, to those people that they know that can see them and that can hear them and that can speak with them. These are the people that these ghosts appear to, whether they are evil spirits or whatsoever. They will appear to you because they know that you can see them, you can hear them, you can speak with them. They cannot appear to the normal man on the road, because the man cannot see them. And so when you ask such men if ghosts exist, they will tell you that there is nothing like ghosts to the ordinary human being. But the ghosts do actually exist when you have that spiritual eyes to see. When you have the spiritual eyes to see. And most of the times, for people who died so quickly, like people who had untimely deaths, when they want to appear to you, they will appear the way they died. That was their last, their last existence. And that is how they will appear to you. I know in so many movies, we always see ghosts put it on white. That is how people can, make it so that you'll understand what you are watching, that you are seeing a ghost. But I want to be honest with you. If you have ever seen a ghost, they don't put on white, except if that ghost if the person was putting on white when the person died. Ghosts do not put on white at all. That white is reflecting their soul. That is what that white is. But they don't actually put on white. If somebody died on a motor accident, that is an untimely death, and the person decides to appear to you, the person will appear the way the person died. If there were blood stains on his clothes when he died, you are going to see those blood stains on whatever, because he's appearing like a human being, so you are still going to see those blood stains. And this is strictly for those who have the spiritual eyes. The reason why I'm explaining this thing is because so many people can do anything humanly possible for them to have their spiritual eyes open. And you think it's all about telling people their problems, telling them their future lifestyle, telling them their past and their present. It's not all about that. And I equally want to let you know, there are some of these spirits, when they notice that you have these gifts and they appear to you, they are not actually coming for you to help them. Some of them are the ones we call the violent spirits. They are actually coming to try you, to test you, to fight you. But if you are gifted, given these gifts naturally by God, like I said earlier, He has already equipped you spiritually. That when these ghosts appear, you will know. Whenever they appear, you will know the one that is coming to fight you. You will know the one that is coming to work for you. You will know the one that is coming to work with you. Whenever these spirits appear, through that gift that God has given you, you'll be able to tell what that spirit is coming to do. They can never take you unawares because you have that gift. You have the Spirit of God in you. They can never take you unawares. But as for these people that will go to get their powers diabolically, that is why sometimes you will hear that somebody who is spiritually powerful went to perform a deliverance and died. You are spiritually powerful. You went to perform a deliverance and then you died in the process. I want you to ask questions. Majority of the time, such people are not actually called by God. They acquire their powers and they believe that they can handle every situation because they know where they acquire their powers and they trusted that power so much that is pushing God aside, forgetting that what you are going to do is not fighting with a human being. You are fighting with a demon. You see, these demons, these spirits, they have this respect for God and for everything that is of God. When they know that you are actually called by God, they have this fear and respect for you, even though they will still want to try you. But they will still respect that being in you. But when they look at you and they know where you have gotten your powers, of course, you are hollow. When they attack you, they get you. For any person who has gone to perform a deliverance prayer and eventually died during that prayer, I'm so sorry to say this, it's a bitter truth, but that's the truth. That person is not actually called by God. If you are actually called by God, God will not allow your head to go down just like that. You went to deliver a message that God asked you to deliver, that God sent you to go and deliver these people. You went and you died. No. You will face a lot of problems, a lot of attacks. But if you are actually called by God, He's going to deliver you from all these attacks. You can have a near-death syndrome, but you will not go down. You will not die. After everything, you will still rise and stand firm. So having the gift to see is not a matter of choice. It's a natural gift. A natural gift. And if you value it so much, if you want it so much, you desire it so much, your lifestyle will have to change. You will have to become so prayerful. And when you are praying, you will have to trust God with all your heart. That is trusting God sheepishly. That is what I call it. Trusting Him sheepishly. You are looking at a river, you know that this river will swallow you, and God tells you to go there and get water. You know that if you go there, that the river will swallow you, but because He has said it, He will make that river to be still, and you will go there and you get the water. When you have this gift to see, He will show you the problems, He will show you the solutions, you will see all kinds of spirits, but they will never ever defeat you no matter what. No matter how long the battle lasts with these spirits, they will never defeat you except when you decide to move away from God. The moment you decide to move away from Him, your gift grows cold. Yes, these gifts, they grow cold. God will not take them away from you. Whatsoever He has given to you, He has given it to you. He will never collect it back. But if you are not making use of it, or you have decided to abandon God and focus on your own lifestyle, your gift will grow cold. You won't be able to see anything anymore. You won't see any problem. You won't see any solution. You can't even handle any spiritual problem. But the moment you turn back to Him again and start praying, your gift will just become like a wildfire again. So if you are longing to have these gifts, I just want to tell you the truth. If you are longing to have these gifts, I will not discourage you. But all I am asking you is, if it's not given to you naturally from God, you will have to be prayerful. You will have to be very, very prayerful. That is what the Bible says, that we should pray in and out of season. Pray at all times. It doesn't have any specific time. It's not a matter of I prayed in the morning and I prayed at night. It's not enough to open your spiritual eyes. It's not enough. Your lifestyle will be nothing but prayer. Everything about you will have to be nothing but prayer. And that is how you can make use of this gift to save humanity. Having this gift to see is not for you to show the world that you have the gift without making use of it. You have the gift to see. And when people come to you for help, you won't see any problem. Or you see the problem, you won't want to tell them because you want them to beg from morning till night before you show them their problem. No. When God gives you this gift, He will give you that spirit of humility. You will have that spirit of humility because you are actually called to serve humanity. So if you are trying to have these gifts, then be ready to change your lifestyle from that normal lifestyle, from that casual lifestyle, to a very prayerful lifestyle. And being prayerful has nothing to do with your relationship with people. That is where we all got it wrong. I have seen a lot of people who call themselves born-again Christians. And because they are now born-again Christians, they no longer talk to people. They don't associate with people. Even when you talk to them, they will drift away from you. They don't laugh. They don't smile. They don't joke. They don't play. They are always serious. Please, that is not being a born-again Christian. They are actually getting it wrong. Being a born-again Christian doesn't mean that you should stay away from the world. If you actually want to stay away from the world, then you will have to leave the world. Yes, you leave the world. But if you are still here on earth with us and you are a born-again Christian, you are called actually to associate with people and see how you can win those people over. Okay? So, for you to have this spiritual gift, you must have it naturally from day one of your life, or change your lifestyle. Changing your lifestyle, that is why I made those statements earlier. Changing your lifestyle is not you deviating from everybody, shifting away from everybody. No, that is hypocrisy. That's what it is. Hypocrisy. We are not talking about that. Changing your lifestyle is changing your prayer life. Because when you change your prayer life, automatically, that your prayers will change you. That your prayers will change you. A lot of people will notice those changes in you, but it is for the good. It is for the better. It is for the best. They will see a positive change in you, not a negative change. So are you still clamoring to have this gift? It is a very wonderful gift. I'm not here to discourage you. It's a very wonderful gift. You will enjoy it, but I want to let you know that you are going to see things that you actually don't want to see. You are going to see things that you didn't bargain for. Your lifestyle will change. Have you ever thought of going to bed, lying down to sleep, and then you notice a demon enter your room to fight you? Have you ever thought about that? No, we don't think about that. All we want is to see. You have never ever thought of staying with your family and you noticed somebody passed. Have you ever thought about that? No, we don't. Or you seeing shadows going back and forth before you. Have you ever thought about that? No, we don't. All we want to be seeing is, I see you progress in future. I see you become the next governor. I see you acquiring a car. I see you building a house. That is the reason why people actually want to see. Just to be seeing, the good things only. Forgetting that forgetting that they are going to see other things that they didn't bargain for. All these things are what actually comes with this gift to see. You are not just seeing humans. You are equally seeing spirits. You are seeing demons. You are seeing your ancestors. You are seeing all kinds of beings. Whether you like them or not, you are going to be seeing them because you have that gift to see. That your eyes has been opened to see. If you don't want to be seeing them, you pluck out your eyes, or you stop praying entirely so that everything will disappear completely from you. So I just want to encourage us about this gift. It's a very wonderful gift. If you want to have it, it is good. But you will have to be very prayerful. That is for those who don't have it naturally. You will have to be very prayerful. And if you have it naturally, and up till now, you are not making use of it, you are actually not doing what God wants you to do. You have the gift to see. And whenever you see something, you keep your mouth shut. Whenever you see anything, instead of walking up to the person to tell the person, this is what I saw about you, you keep your mouth shut. The next thing they will tell you is none of my business. After all, I don't know this person. Why should I tell this person? Even if you see anything about your enemy, if you cannot walk up to your enemy to tell your enemy what you have seen about him or her, talk to the nearest person closer to your enemy. That gift was actually given to you for you to save mankind. Maybe it is through that your gift that you can convert that your enemy. So it's a wonderful gift. If you want to have it, you already know what to do. Become prayerful for those who don't have it naturally. For those who have it naturally and you are not making use of it, you better start now. You better start now so that you don't regret it in future. And if you have any question to ask me, please go ahead and ask. Kenny Sticker, good evening. You are welcome. Bring up your questions. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Tonight is about the gift to see. The gift to see. The most wanted gift. That's the gift everybody wants. To see. The past, the present, the future. To see. So if you have any question to ask based on this issue, write down your question. Let's look into it. Vicky, you are welcome. Good evening. Hope you are doing good. Bring up your questions. Let's talk about it. Bring up your questions. Okay, Chemistical. You still have it. It's not that you have it before. You still have it, but it's cold if you have not been using it. It is still within you. It is still in you. Such gifts, whatever gift that God has given you, He will not take it back from you. That is God. Anything He gives to you, He has already given you that thing. It is left for you to know how to make use of that to yield a positive result. You still have the gift, but it's cold. For you to revive that gift, you will have to change your prayer life. I said it earlier. Change your prayer life. Become prayerful. You might not even pray for up to 2 weeks before that gift gets hot again. Okay? Change your prayer life so that it will start manifesting. Okay, when you dream, if you have the gift of dream naturally, you equally have the gift to interpret it. That is how that gift is. Having the gift of dreams comes with interpreting that gift. The only thing is that you don't pay attention, and it still has to do with your prayer life. You have a gift to see. When you dream, your dream comes to reality, but you still cannot be able to interpret it. It has to do with your lifestyle. If you are prayerful enough, I will tell you how it works. Maybe you might have noticed this. When you dream, if you have the gift of dreams, when you dream, in that dream, the interpretation will be given to you. As you are dreaming, the interpretation will be given. It looks like someone narrating a story to you. That is how it is. Maybe you see people in the market buying and selling, and then you notice a man leaving the market, entering a taxi. In that dream, the interpretation will be given you that this man is going to his house, and before he gets to his house, and you will be seeing everything in your dream. As that interpretation is going on, you are seeing it. So every gift of dreams comes with interpretation, but your lifestyle will have to help it. Your lifestyle will have to help it. So you have to put more effort in your prayer life. Yeah, thank you, Chemistical. You're welcome. So bring up your question. If you have any other question to ask, bring up your questions. And I equally want to chip this in based on the gift of dreams, because it's equally the gift to see. The only difference is that you are seeing in the dreams, you are not seeing in reality. So many people always complain that they don't dream at all. And I tell you that There is nothing like you don't dream. You dream, but you don't remember at all. You dream. The question here is, do you have the gift? The gift of dreams. Do you have it? Or is your dream just an ordinary dream? But even if you want to remember your dreams at all, number one, your prayer life will still have to change. You will still be prayerful enough so that when you go to bed, you'll be able to remember your dreams. Secondly, you can make use of bitter kola. You speak to the bitter kola, put it under your pillow. That is during your night. After your night prayer, put it under your pillow. It will help you, and your dreams will become clearer, because when your dreams are clearer, you'll be able to understand everything you have seen in the dream. Then another thing is, some of us go to bed so late, so weak, so tired. That is, you can never lie down when you are agile to sleep. You only lie down when you are behaving like someone who is drunk. At that state, when you lie down to sleep, when you dream, you will never remember anything at all. You will never remember anything. But if you want to remember your dreams, sometimes go to bed when you are still active. Just lie down on the bed and wait for the sleep to come. When you dream, you will remember everything. But a lot of people go to bed so late as 12, 1, 2. By that time, when you sleep, you can't remember anything, because your body, your soul, everything is weak. You can't remember anything. Okay, thank you so much. So bring up your questions. We are still talking about the gift to see. We are still talking about the gift to see. Bring up your questions. If you have any question to ask based on that topic, you write it down. We are talking about the gift to see. Whether you are seeing with your two eyes or whether you are seeing in the dream, they are all the same. They are all the same. I can only see with my two eyes on a very severe case. And that means I will have to pray like a mad woman for God to open my eyes that way to see. Otherwise, whatsoever I want to see is in the dream. Somebody dreamt seeing you opening a supermarket. Okay, but not you. You didn't dream it. Somebody dreamt it. The person should have interpreted that dream for you. Somebody dreamt seeing you opening a supermarket. Doesn't mean that you are about to open the supermarket. Dreams always come like they come differently and they mean different things. It is only on rare occasions that they mean exactly what you've seen. That someone say that he or she dreamt seeing you opening a supermarket means that you are going to have a positive change in your lifestyle. Yes, a positive change, a positive turnaround. It may come in form of that opening of something, might not be that supermarket. Okay? So when next people tell you what they see about you in the dream, tell them to tell you the meaning. Yes, tell them to tell you the meaning. Except those people do not have the gift of dreams. Except it's just somebody else who just dreams about something, on you. So if you have any question to ask, you bring it up. Thank you, Oge, for the gift. God bless you. If you have any question to ask, bring it up. We are talking about the gift to see. We are talking about the gift to see. You can see naturally. You can see through dreams as long as you have that gift. As long as you have the gift. And if your dream always comes to pass, that means you have the gift, but you are not paying attention to it. Maybe whatsoever you see in the dream will always come to pass. You are not paying attention, so you better be paying attention to it. Thank you, Vicky. You are welcome. So bring up your questions. Let's treat this topic, the gift to see. The gift to see. It's a very nice gift, a very wonderful gift. But if I tell you that I do enjoy it sometimes, no, I'm a liar. I don't enjoy it sometimes. No, I don't enjoy it sometimes. Because if God wants to reveal anything to me in the dream, like right now that I'm talking to you people, if God is going to reveal something like something bad, maybe something that will happen to somebody, or that will happen to me, or that will happen to, anybody close to me that I know, and that thing will be a bad thing. Before he reveals it, right now that I'm here, I will have the feeling. First, I will have that feeling. And then I will become worried. Because I already know that I am about to see something not good. I will become worried. And then when I go to bed, definitely I must see that thing that I don't want to see. But it's still for our own good. So whatsoever you see, it is your duty to wake up and say it out. Okay, if your dreams always comes to pass, you have that gift. If your dreams always comes to pass, you have the gift. Whenever you dream that something happens to Mr. A, but in reality, it happens to Mr. B. When you go to meet Mr. A, don't just tell that Mr. A alone. Tell him or tell her, to go into prayers over himself or his family, or over herself or her family, because you saw something happening to the man, but in reality it can turn out to be his wife or his child. That is how the gift to see in the dreams always happen. That you saw something happen to Mr. A, and in reality it turned out to be the next person closer to Mr. A. So whenever you tell people about this, that you tell somebody that you saw this thing happen, tell the person to go into prayers over himself or herself and his families or her families and friends to avert that thing, because if it doesn't happen to Mr. A, it will still happen to Mr. B. Okay? No, okay, now I want to tell you about this thing, averting whatsoever you see in the dream. This is where we are having problem with a lot of people in our society today. You have the gift of dreams, and when you dream, your dream comes to pass, and then you dreamt of something happening to this person, and then you tell the person about what is about to happen to him or her. This is where we have the problem. Eventually, if that thing happens, people will blame you. You say that you have power, but you couldn't avert this. You couldn't pray so that this problem will be settled. Okay, I want to tell you, it is not in your power to avert that. It is not in your power to stop that. It is that person that you saw in your dream that has the final say of how everything will be. I dreamt of Mr. A dying in a motor accident. And I went to Mr. A's house, and I told Mr. A that I saw him dying in a motor accident. And then Mr. A rebuked me, got angry, and didn't go into prayers, and didn't pray. Okay, I'm telling you that eventually Mr. A will still die in a motor accident, even if I pray from Jerusalem to Jericho. Why? My prayers cannot do anything for him, because already his spirit has rejected that message. His spirit has condemned it. So my prayers cannot work. My spirit and his spirit will have to come together to agree. If I tell him that I saw him dying in a motor accident, and I gave him prayers, and then both of us go into that prayers, if that accident happens, nobody will die. But this is where we are having problem. A lot of people in our society, in Nigeria in particular, whenever any prophet or any man of God or woman of God says what is about to happen to someone prominent, you see people, attacking that man of God. Pray over it. Pray against it. Since you have seen it, pray and cancel it. Pray, and you think that's how it works. It doesn't work that way. But nobody will understand except you are spiritually gifted. It doesn't work that way. If that man of God likes, let him go to mountain and fast from January to December. If the person who receives that message doesn't do anything to avert it, doesn't call on God for help, doesn't pray, eventually that thing must come to pass. So when you see something about somebody and you tell the person, it is the person's reaction that will tell what will happen. Yes, this actually happened to me. I dreamt where I saw my uncle's wife mourning. She was in a mourning state. She was putting on a white, and she tied a white scarf on her head. And the picture was kept in front of their house where people were coming to sign the register, that is the condolence register. And from my understanding in the dream, I said that it was the son that died. And the message actually got to them. And they were told that my dreams comes to pass. And they waved it off. They said that they've heard, but that it will not happen. They waved it off 2 months after my uncle died. 2 months after my uncle died. Yes, I couldn't do anything. I prayed because this is an uncle that I love so much. I so much love him. I prayed against that spirit of death again over his family. I prayed and cancelled it, but it still happened. Why? Because his family and he himself rejected that message and still didn't do anything to avert it. They rejected the message and didn't do anything. So when people do not take it and they still didn't do anything, okay, no matter how you pray, you cannot avert it. Ifeoma, whenever you see anything in the dream, please just open your mouth and tell people. Whatsoever you see in the dream, open your mouth and tell people. Okay, so bring up your questions if you have any question. We are still talking about the gift to see, either in reality, that is with your natural eyes, your spiritual eyes, or you seeing in the dreams. Both of them are this gift to see, but we see in different ways. We see in different ways. So if you have any question to ask based on this topic, you bring it up. Or if you have any question on any other issue that has to do with spirituality, you bring it up. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. The gift, what if you have the gift of dreams? You have the gift to see. You are seeing in the dreams. So anything you see in the dream, don't call it just an ordinary dream. Anything you see in the dream, most of the times when we are not prepared, that is when these messages will come. When you are not prepared. There are times when you will pray and pray and pray and go to bed and you think that the message will come. No, it will not come. But there are times when you just say your short prayer, you lie down and sleep, and then a message will come, as long as you have that gift. Francisca, remembering your dream still circles around your prayer life. Remembering your dream, that is one problem that almost everybody is having. That when they wake up, they can't remember the dreams anymore. When you are too prayerful, even if you don't remember the whole dream, you are going to remember the most important message in that dream. You are going to remember the most important message. It still circles around your prayer life. You have to increase it. Increase your prayer life. So bring up your questions. Bring up your questions. Bring up your questions. Let's talk about this. There is a prominent man in Nigeria that I'm not going to mention his name. He's well known. Well known. Everybody knows this man. I don't have anything in common with this man. I don't have anything in common with him, but I know him. I know him too well. But then I got a message concerning him through dreams. God told me a lot, some of the things about him. God told me everything, that I should tell the man. But then the problem is, how do I approach this prominent man to tell him what God says? He's going to chase me away, So what I did was to consult my sisters, because my sisters know this man too well. And I told them, see, God told me that this is his age. I don't know his age. I don't know when he was born, but God gave me his age. And I told them that God told me that this is his age, and that he should amend his ways and change so that God will, increase the number of his time on earth. That if he doesn't change, God will, shorten it for him. So when I told my sisters, they at first, they were kind of like, are you for real? And they asked me, do you know how old this man is? I told them no. I know he's of age, but I can't guess his age. I don't know, but God told me that this is his age. And they told me that the man's birthday was coming up the following week, and that age was the exact age that the man will be celebrating. I didn't know his age. I didn't know when he was born, but God told me that this is how old he is. And that was around, I think, 3 years ago. He told me his age and to tell him to amend his ways so that he will increase the number of his years. So I begged my sisters to help me, since I am staying in a different state from this man. At least they are very closer to this man that they can reach him. I begged them to see if they can see him and talk to him and give him that message, okay? And they agreed to help me out. So whenever you see anything in the dream, please don't keep short. Don't keep short. Telling these prominent people about what you see, a lot of people will criticize you. They will say that you are after the person's money. They say that you are after fame. You want to be famous. You want everybody to notice you. You want the person to dash you money. I know people will criticize you, but overlook all those criticisms. Overlook them. If you have the opportunity to deliver that message, deliver the message. Because these same people that are criticizing you, that you are after the money, you are after the fame, will still come out again to criticize you if eventually the negative part of that message comes to pass. They will still criticize you, and they will still ask you, why didn't you pray to stop that since you saw it? That is man for you. Insatiable beings. They can never be satisfied at all. So just do what God asks you to do. If you have that gift to see, whether in reality or in your dreams, anything you see, open your mouth and talk. Okay? Francisca, what I will advise you to do is to, of course, you have to be very prayerful over the two friends. Eventually, your dream must surely come to pass. Eventually, that dream is for you to make your choice amongst the two of them. Eventually, it will come to reality. And then the happenings as at that time will now make you to actually make your choice. Okay, bring up your questions. Bring up your questions. Let's talk about this. Let us talk about this. And I want to tell us also about these gifts to see. If you have these gifts to see, and maybe in your family you are the only one that sees, this I will want you to ask questions, because all these spiritual gifts, they run from generation to generation. Just like how intergenerational problems runs from generation to generation. The same thing is applicable to all these gifts, all these spiritual gifts. They run from generation to generation. Most of these prominent men of God, powerful men of God, trace back to their father, to their grandfathers, to their great-grandfathers. You will notice that their ancestors, majority of them were native doctors. I want you to ask questions. Majority of them were native doctors, because as at that time, Christianity wasn't, well known as at that time. So majority of them were native doctors. Majority of them have this gift. Even if your parents do not have this gift, ask questions. Your grandparents must have it, or your great-grandparents. It runs from generation to generation. And in your own family, if you happen to be the one to have this gift, when you get married, one of your child or two must have that gift. It runs in the blood. It runs in the blood. In any generation, there must be somebody that God will raise up to continue from where the past generation stopped. He must raise up somebody. Those of the olden days were mainly the native doctors. But of our own present generation now, we have so many of them. So if you have it, be rest assured that either of your children, either one or two of your children will have this gift. Vic, if you want to know about a particular person, you will have to use the name of that person to pray. That is, for those who do not have that gift to see and know everything about that person, use the name of that person to pray. And it's not going to be a day's prayer. It has to be a continuous prayer. When it's time for God to tell you, God will tell you about the person. So you use the name of that person to pray, always. A lady of substance. People are calling you witch. Good. If people don't call you names, that means you haven't started. They will call you all sorts of names. Right now, I am being called all sorts of names. In my husband's village, they call me a native doctor. That is what they call me. They say that I'm into voodoo. They say that I use charms. I use this. I use that. And I can't go on explaining myself. No. So I accept. Whatsoever they call me, no problem. So long as God is on my side. Whatsoever they say about me, no problem. So long as God is approving of whatever I'm doing. When I'm wrong, God will correct me. So if people let them talk. Even in my office, that was what a lot of people are saying. That I am a native doctor, that I'm into charms. And I don't have to explain myself because I can't keep on explaining myself anymore. No. So it's okay by me. Call me whatever you want to call me, no problem. As long as I'm able to solve the problems around me and the problems around the people I love. I don't have any problem with that. So, lady of substance, they are calling you a witch. They will still call you more. I want you to know that. They will still call you more names. Okay, so if you have any other question to ask, please bring up your question. When you dream and you notice anything and you know that your dreams comes to pass, please don't hesitate to open your mouth and talk. It's just like yesterday when I was in my room in the afternoon and I started perceiving a foul odor. All around, I started perceiving a foul odor. So I decided to come out of the room. I went to the kitchen. Rather, the kitchen had a very wonderful smell. And I told my daughter that I'm perceiving a very foul odor. She asked me, odor like what? I told her, odor like something that has decayed. And I had to go at the backyard to know, to see if there is anything there. But there was nothing there. There was enough breeze outside. But I was still perceiving that odor. That odor actually is the spirit of death. Yes, I've told us that thing, about perceiving an odor when no other person is perceiving it. And that was the reason why I had to come out to go to the kitchen. If I had gone to the kitchen and was perceiving it, I would say, okay, maybe it's the meat in the fridge that is spoiling, or the fish or whatsoever. But the kitchen had a wonderful smell, but I was still perceiving that foul odor. And then I became worried because I know it's the spirit of death. And I know what my guardian angel showed me. I know what he showed me, what is about to happen in my husband's village. That the spirit of death will enter. And that the spirit of death will start picking everybody one after the other. And that I should perform a spiritual exercise to carve my children out from that calamity. And he showed me exactly what to do to carve them out. And I did that. So when I perceived that odor, what I said to myself was, maybe this spirit of death has already entered. So what I did was to pray. Ever since then, whenever I pray, I keep on covering my family. Because I actually delivered the message. I delivered the message and I told them what is about to happen. But it turned out to become a crime for me to say such. Why should I say such? It became a crime. So I thank God that my guardian angel showed me what to do to carve my children out. And I've done that and I've carved them out. So if there is anything to happen, it is not my fault. I have done my duty to tell people what is about to happen, but they didn't buy the idea. Francisca, when you see well-known pastors helping you out in your dream, that is divine. You are getting a divine protection and divine help. You are actually seeing the pastors, but it is not the pastors. They are actually the angels of God helping you out. You are under divine protection. That's what it means. That is, God is still in charge of your life. He knows what you are passing through. Okay? So Vera, next time, based on what you wrote here, next time, whatsoever you see, please voice it out. People will condemn you when you say it. People will be angry with you when you say it. But just let it be that you have said it, okay? Exactly, a lady of substance. It hurts. It hurts, but I think I'm used to it. I'm now so used to it that it doesn't hurt me anymore. As long as that thing will not touch me, will not touch my family, it doesn't hurt me anymore. So you don't feel too bad, because everybody is not supposed to agree with you. That is how it is. Everybody is not supposed to agree with you. The people that will be against you will be more than the people who will support you. Okay. Vera, it doesn't matter if they call you a witch, no problem. But let it be that you have said it. Let it be that you have said it. If they call you a witch, no problem, because they will still call you. Other people can still call you that witch, even if your neighbor doesn't call you. Others will still call you that. Nobody wants to receive any bad news at all. Nobody is prepared for any bad news at all. We always look out for the good ones, the good news. And that has taken our mind away from the bad ones. And the bad ones are actually the reason why God brought up a lot of people. Because our minds are not there, God will raise up people to go and tell this person, this is about to happen to you, so that you be aware and take care of that thing. But nobody wants to buy that idea. So if you have any other question to ask, please write down your questions. Yeah, lady of substance. When you see your late grandma wanting to speak, she actually wants to deliver a message. She wants to deliver a message. Something like this happened when we traveled to village for one Christmas period. My husband woke up in the middle of the night. I actually saw him, shaking just like someone who is having convulsion, and he was trying to speak. He was murmuring something, but it wasn't audible. So what I did was to push him, and he shouted and woke up, and I asked him what the problem was. He told me that he saw his mother, and that the mother was about to tell him something, but because he knew that the mother was dead, he got so scared, and he started running, shouting and telling the woman to stay away from him. But the woman didn't stay away from him. The woman kept on calling him to hold on, that she wants to tell him something, and he started running. It was at that running state that he was that I pushed him, and he woke up. And eventually, the reason why the woman wanted to tell him something manifested. I was actually the one that witnessed everything. The woman actually came to warn him about what is about to happen. But he wasn't around when that thing happened. I was the only one around, because after he told me that dream, I decided to pray in the morning, around 11 o'clock in the morning. And I prayed and I told God, if this woman is actually, if she wants to pass this message, if the message that she wants to pass has nothing to do with our lives, please help me out. But if she's actually here to maybe take away our life, please rebuke her. And eventually I saw the reason why the mother appeared to him, but he didn't get it. But thank God, everything went well. So bring up your questions. We are still talking about the gift to see. Whether you are seeing in vision or in dreams, they are all the gift to see. Sandy Kings, prayer will help you remember them. Prayer will help you remember your dreams. Prayer. More especially if you have this gift, the gift of dreams, and you dreamt, you woke up and you forgot everything about the dream. When it's time for that message to come to pass, automatically that dream will flash through your mind and you remember everything. I don't know if you have ever experienced it. When you wake up and you forget your dream, when it's time for that dream to come to pass, before that dream comes to pass, it will flash through your mind one more time, and then you'll be able to remember it. So At that point, the moment you remember it, if it hasn't come to pass, please still say, open your mouth and talk about it, discuss it, tell somebody. Okay, there is still time. If it's all about saving a life, there is still time to save a life. So bring up your questions. We are still talking about the gift to see. A snake. Seeing a snake in the dream, of course, serpent, demon, but seeing a snake in the dream is mainly a projection from somebody. Whenever you see a snake in the dream, is a projection from somebody. That it actually means that someone is fighting you spiritually. But for a cutlass to appear from nowhere and be cutting the snake means that the hand of God is still with you. God is still fighting your battles. So you will have to increase your prayer life. Increase your prayer. When you increase your prayer life, you will get to the stage where when you see all these things, you will no longer be scared. You can, it's either you pursue them or you kill them, whichever way. You will get to that stage. It's just, you'll be graduating from time to time. Okay? So bring up your questions. We are still talking about the gift to see. We're still talking about the gift to see. Sandy Kings, thank you for the gifts. God bless you. We're still talking about the gift to see. Remember, if you are clamoring for this gift, you want to have it by all means. It is not just all these things that we are talking about here. You will see the worst things. You will see the worst things. So you will have to make up your mind. Make up your mind. Okay? As a baby, you want to be married. Every woman, I believe, or most of the women wants to get married. If you want to get married, you talk to God about it. There is nothing any human being can do for you. You talk to God about it. He's the one that gives life partners. You draw closer to Him through prayers. Okay? Lady of Substance. Egg signifies a life. It signifies a new beginning. When you break an egg in a bowl and you find 4 yolks in it, that is the birth of, that is, signifies a new birth. That it will come, that's in multiple times, in multiple numbers. You broke 1 egg and you saw 4 yolks inside it. Egg signifies a new life. That is what egg means. Signifies a new life, a new beginning. It means the 4 yolks means multiple blessings coming. That is what it is. Multiple blessings. Mexican, I was in a dream picking diamonds and silver earrings. Mexican, your dream can only signify someone about to gift you, not actually these diamonds and silver. Someone is on the way to gift you, to give you a gift. That's what it is. If you are a single girl, then it means that there is someone coming for your hand in marriage. If you are a single girl, if you are a married woman, someone is about to gift you. Bring up your questions. I still have a little time left. I have a little time left. Bring up your questions. Let's talk about it. The gift to see, either in reality or in dreams. If you are seeing in reality, of course, you know what you saw. You actually do not need any interpretation because you saw everything clearly. It is those of us who sees in the dreams that needs interpretations, because some of us do not know exactly what that means, the dream means. But they are all spiritual gifts. They are all from God. Whatsoever anybody sees, the person with the gift of vision, whatsoever he sees, God can still reveal the same thing to you through dreams. He can still reveal the same thing to you through dreams. Okay? So bring up your questions. I just have a very little time left now. If there is any other question you want to ask me based on spirituality, please write it down. Let's talk about it. Write it down. Let's talk about it. Write it down. Let's talk about it. Morito, is it in the dream that you lost it? Okay, you lost it and you found it. It's still good. You lost it and you found it. Losing your engagement ring or your wedding ring doesn't spell good. It is good that you found it. But where you didn't find it, there is no headway between you and your partner. There is no other interpretation to the dream. The dream explained itself. Losing your engagement ring means there is no headway between you and your partner, but you found it and your partner lost his own. Did he later find it or not? The dream is self-explanatory. Okay, in real life, okay. In real life, no, we are talking about spiritual issues. Since what you are saying, Morito, since it happened in real life, so you guys need to do something to find it, and you guys need to do something. Let it not be that it's a sign. It can actually mean a sign of something that is about to happen between the two of you. Engagement ring, wedding ring, they mean a lot. So you guys should work hard to find it if you actually want to stay together. I have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Bring up your question. No, lady of substance, a giant visited you with a lot of money and gave you the money and you accepted the money. No. Accepting money in the dream is a no. It's a no. If you accept the money, it means in reality, it's either you spend more than you have or you lose a lot. It's either you spend more than you have or you lose a lot. Okay, you didn't accept it. Fine, better. Thank God you didn't accept it. Thank God. One minute left. 1 minute left. Okay. Any other question before I end the live stream? Any other question? Sandy, yes. If anything drastic is about to happen, especially the loss of life, if anything drastic is about to happen, something must break. Something in the house or around you must break. If a picture falls and breaks, it means death is about to occur. And once it breaks, that death can never be changed. But if the picture falls and you were able to catch that picture, it means it's going to be a near-death syndrome. But the moment that picture touches the floor and breaks, the glass shatters, you cannot stop that death from happening. Somebody must die. And it must be somebody very dear to you, so close to you, that you will feel the pain. That you will feel the pain. Or a glass of tumbler just falling and crashing. Whenever something bad is about to happen, you must experience this. You must. Okay, so I'm going to end the live stream now. My time is up. I'm going to end it now. And I want to thank everybody so far for joining us. Thank you for your time, for your patience. Thank you for your data. Thank you for being here with us. For those who ask questions, thank you for the questions that you ask, because a lot of people learned through your questions. And I want to thank all my gifters. I want to thank you all. God bless you so much for the gifts. God bless you so much. And I want to thank those who liked this live stream. May everything about you be sweetened. And I want to thank those who shared it too. May you become a source of joy to other people. And I want to thank God Almighty, who has been with us from the beginning to the end. And I pray that He will remain with you and your families from tonight and always, through Christ our Lord. Amen. So I'm going to see us next time. I really don't know when, but I'm going to see us next time. Maybe towards the weekend. But whichever time, I am still going to see us next time. So have a wonderful night, and God bless you all.